We hear this term all the time, right? Feminine energy. It's talked about in these mystical ways, like flows and awakenings. But what if the real source of your glow, that inner light, wasn't some abstract concept at all? What if it's a powerful, physiological reality happening inside your body right now? Let's get into that. This idea really sets the whole stage for us. It asks us to look past all the vague language and get grounded in our own biology. We are talking about something real, something tangible, a process you can actually understand and, even better, cultivate yourself. So, first things first, let's peel back all those layers of metaphor and look directly at the science. We're making a shift here, moving from the mystical to the biological, so we can uncover where this incredible energy truly comes from. So, what even is this energy? Well, think of it as a potent cocktail. It's your unique hormonal landscape, your estrogens, your testosterone, your oxytocin, all mixed together with the resources from your cells and your brain's amazing ability to create bliss. It's basically your life force in its most concentrated, powerful form.
Now here's the thing. Your body is incredibly smart. It's not just going to give this precious resource away. It needs to know that two critical conditions have been met. First, it has to feel absolute safety. And second, it has to know there's a surplus of strength. The second your brain senses stress, it shuts this system down to focus on survival.
And this is exactly why it's so crucial. This energy isn't just about pleasure, it is literally the foundation of your overall health. It keeps your circulation flowing. It builds this amazing endorphin shield for your immune system. It even fuels your ambition and creativity. It's the high-octane fuel for your entire life. So if this energy is the fuel, where is it being made? Well, that brings us to your body's own internal orchestra. You can think of your endocrine system as this incredibly sophisticated symphony, a biochemical reactor where every single part has to play in perfect harmony to generate this power. And this symphony begins with the conductors, your hypothalamus and pituitary gland. They are constantly scanning your environment, asking, "Are we safe?" When the answer is yes, they send the signal to your ovaries to release estrogens. That's the elixir responsible for the sparkle in your eyes. Then, your adrenals jump in with testosterone, giving you that fire, that passion, and that drive. And when this internal orchestra is perfectly in tune, the effect is totally tangible. You don't just feel good on the inside, you literally broadcast a powerful frequency. Our source calls it succulence, a magnetism, a vitality that people around you can actually perceive on a primal biological level. All right, now we're at a really critical and often misunderstood point. We have to dismantle this myth that this energy comes from someone or something outside of you. Believing that is one of the most disempowering things a woman can do. This slide just illustrates the two mindsets perfectly. On one hand, you have the myth, the idea that you're just waiting for energy to be served to you, like ordering a dish at a restaurant. But the reality? You are the instrument. You are a self-sustaining sun. You generate your own light, and other people are simply warmed by it. So here's the crucial takeaway. A partner can't give you energy you don't already possess. He can only be a resonator. If your own internal strings are tuned and vibrant, his presence might create a beautiful melody. But if your strings are frozen, no one, absolutely no one, can draw a sound from them. So how do we tune those strings? Well, it turns out the brain uses this simple but really powerful system called the dual control model. Just think of it like a car. You've got two pedals that control your energy, an accelerator and a brake.
So on one side, you have the brake. Things like chronic stress, that inner critic, and feelings of shame, they slam that pedal right to the floor. They divert all your energy away from pleasure and towards survival mode. But on the other side, you have the accelerator. Things like profound relaxation, gentle touch, and really awakening all of your senses. But here is the absolute game changer. You can't just press the accelerator harder when your foot is on the brake. It just doesn't work. To truly activate your radiance, the very first and most important step is to consciously, deliberately lift your foot off the brake. You have to release the stress and the fear before you can ever accelerate. Which of course brings us to the most important question of all. How do you send that signal of safety? How do you tell your own nervous system that the danger has passed and that it is finally time to bloom? And this brings us right here to our final and most powerful section, taking back the controls. This is all about becoming the sovereign mistress of your own radiance, realizing that the power was never out there. It was always inside you.
You know that feeling of emotional numbness, that frozen feeling many of us get? That's a protective armor, and it probably served a purpose once. But you can't break it open with force. It has to be melted gently, with warmth, with slowness, and with unconditional love for yourself. So I really want you to just sit with this question for a moment. To whom have you surrendered your remote control? A partner? An ex? Society's expectations? Who did you give the power to decide when you get to feel radiant?
The message is simple, it's direct, and it is incredibly powerful. Take it back. That control belongs to you, and only you. It is your birthright.
So let's end on this final, profound thought. When you truly realize that the source has always been within you, you become invincible. Your health, your beauty, your destiny, it's all in your hands. You are, and you have always been, the sovereign mistress of your own glow.